Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Meyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the television ratings used here in the United States. First, we'll have an overview of the ratings themselves. Then we'll take a look at 3 shows and see if the ratings are a good fit and if the rating system is effective or not. Let's get to it. Before we discuss the base ratings, such as the TV PG in the upper left-hand part of the screen, we also need to discuss the sub-ratings, such as the L and the V. Each letter has its own definition. V is for violence, S for sexual situations, L for coarse language, and D for suggestive dialogue. The suggestive dialogue is usually sexually suggestive. This TV PG program contains violence and coarse language. Alright, so let's take a look at the ratings themselves. TVY. This stands for All Children. This program is designed to be appropriate for all children, and it's usually geared towards children from the ages of 2 to 6 years old. This type of program may be live action or animated. TVY7. These types of programs are directed to older children. Programs with this designation are geared for children at least 7 years old. The theory here is that children aged 7 or above should have the mental capacity to distinguish between make-believe and reality. There may be some mild fantasy violence or comedic violence. TVY7FV, directed to older children with fantasy violence. I know we did not go over the FV sub-rating earlier. That's because TVY7FV is a rating all its own. You'll see this rating on more violent cartoons like Batman, The Amazing World of Gumball, and even the Powerpuff Girls. TVG, general audience, suitable for everyone. This label does not indicate that the program is geared specifically towards children like TVY or TVY7. This label means that it is a program that a parent could feel comfortable allowing their children to watch unattended. There is little to no violence, strong language, or sexual dialogue or sexual situations. TV PG, parental guidance suggested, may not be safe for younger children. The basis of the show may require parental guidance, or the program may contain one or more of the following: some moderate violence, some sexual situations, infrequent coarse language, and some suggestive dialogue. TV 14, parents strongly cautioned. This one is also kind of simple. If your child is under 14 years old, you are strongly cautioned against allowing him or her to watch unattended. This program may contain one or more of the following: intensely suggestive dialogue, strong coarse language, intense sexual situations, or intense violence. TVMA, mature audiences only, specifically designed to be viewed by adults. This type of program is not intended for anyone under the age of 17. This program may contain one or more of the following: crude, indecent language, explicit sexual activity, or graphic violence. You'll notice that within all of the definitions of the TV ratings, you'll hear things like may not be safe for younger children, parents are strongly cautioned, and this type of program is not intended for anyone under the age of 17. All of this means that it's basically up to the parents to decide what is okay and what is not okay. However, the TV rating programs do give parents a pretty good idea of what they can expect from a TV program before allowing their children to watch it. Now, to be completely honest, I knew what TVMA was. I knew what TV 14 was, basically because the number 14 was there, and I kind of figured it was for 14 and over. TV PG, I knew that one because I know the movies. TVG, same thing, I know the movies. TVY7FV, I had no idea. TVY7, I kind of figured it was for 7-year-olds and over. And TVY, I really didn't know it was for children ages 2 to 6. Or at least that's what the rating is intended for. I'm not sure how many other people out there know exactly what the ratings mean and how they're all defined. However, I think they're pretty self-explanatory for the most part. Alright, so let's take a look at 3 different shows with 3 different ratings and discuss how they actually earned their rating or why they were given the rating they were. Let's start off easy and talk about TVMA and Orange is the New Black. Well, as I said, this one would be easy. Orange is the New Black is rated TVMA because it contains violence, more violence, partial nudity, full nudity, nudity combined with implied violence, strong sexual situations, very strong sexual situations, and alcohol and drug use. You're welcome. So as you can see, Orange is the New Black gets a TVMA quite easily. However, even with all those bad things happening, it still happens to be one of the best shows on TV, and one of the most highest rated as well. Interesting. Let's talk about Full House and its G rating. It gets a G rating because there's no nudity, no violence, and very little, if any, suggestive dialogue. However, there's an episode when one of the younger characters is pressured into trying a cigarette. It keeps its G rating because in the end, the character's father talks to her and explains the negative health effects of smoking and not letting peer pressure get her to do things she knows she shouldn't. You can also find a couple of early episodes where the word hell is used as well as jackass. In one instance, the word jackass is used referring to an actual donkey. Full House is a family show and rightfully deserves its G rating. A show that carries a TV rating of Y7 is SpongeBob SquarePants. It carries the rating of TV Y7 because it's certainly aimed at older children. I can personally attest to this because my 7-year-old kids like it, but my 4-year-old is quickly bored. There is some violence and even partial cartoon nudity, as you can see a few bare butts in several episodes. TV Y7 is the proper rating for this cartoon, and PG was the appropriate rating for the recent SpongeBob movie. It's not rated G for everybody because there should be some kind of parental guidance when watching that movie, and there should be some kind of parental guidance when watching the cartoon as well. Orange is the New Black earns its MA rating quite handedly. Full House earns its TVG rating because there's really no violence or suggestive language or sexual situations. It's a show that anybody could watch and not be offended. SpongeBob earns its TV Y7 because there may be some violence and even a couple of bare butts, but it's a cartoon and it's all geared towards children. It's not really a grown-up butt that you see, and it's not real violence that you would see on a show like Orange is the New Black. So is the TV rating system effective? I personally think it is. I know if I turn on a TV show and it says TVMA up in the upper left-hand corner, I'm probably going to turn it off or have my kids leave the room. And I guess it can be a little confusing if you don't know what TVY, TVY7, TVY7FV all are. But as a responsible parent, if you look into it, I think you'll understand it, and they do a pretty good job of putting the right label on the right type of TV show. However, it doesn't work if you don't use it. A study published in Journalism and Mass Communication Quarterly found that only 23.1% of school-age parents always look for shows' ratings. 24.9% look for a show's rating most of the time, 12.1% look half the time, and a rather large 23.5% look sometimes, and 16.4% never look for a show's rating at all. And here's another issue. In an article published in 2011, a survey conducted on 2,392 people revealed their familiarity with the rating system. 31% of people said they knew everything about the television ratings. 43% said they knew a lot. 22% said they knew a little, and 4% said they were not familiar with the system at all. And why would 57% of the people surveyed in this study all say that they would support one universal rating system? That's because there are several different types of rating systems. Movies, video games, and television all have their own rating systems with different symbols and different indications. So are the TV rating systems effective? It seems they're not being used by everyone. In fact, not being used by a whole lot of people, and they're not completely understood. This, of course, can lead to some issues. While I think they are effective, it seems that they might not be as effective as they should be. Once again, my name is Jason Meyer, and thank you for watching.